In the early 1900s, a community of refugees fled the German-Herero conflict in Namibia and settled in neighboring South Africa in a so-called coloured reserve. In 1973, under a different political regime, they were summarily moved back to a desolate outpost in northwest Namibia, now known as Damaraland.
In 1973, the government of the apartheid decided that we must go back to our forefatherland.
It was at that time not so easy.
In addition to the harsh environment, people had to compete with desert-adapted wildlife for water and other scarce resources. They had no rights where wildlife was concerned, and poaching and retaliatory poisonings were rife. This was the definition of human-wildlife conflict.
There was nothing that was totally up to you to make a life.
In 1996, Wilderness Safaris moved into the area and partnered with this remote community. From 100% unemployment, the resulting joint venture of Damaraland Camp employed and trained local people and paid a share of revenue to the community.
Most of our youngsters are working in tourism.
Wilderness Safaris changed my life. They trained me up from grassroots level. It is a success story in our conservancies.
The partnership laid the foundation for Namibia's revolutionary community conservancy model, where rural people can and do benefit from living with wildlife.
Tora is a very remote rural community. The beautiful scenery, the animals. It's just amazing.
Between Wilderness and Tora Conservancy, we have a joint venture, Damaraland Camp.
When the tourists come, I want them to experience the uniqueness of our area and meet the wonderful people.
Tourists changed my life. We are walking around with the guests, show them the houses, show them our gardens. We sit down, give them some tea, and tell them the Rimfasmak history about relocating in the apartheid time.
By giving communities the option, ecotourism have changed the face of northwest Namibia.
As a result, wildlife populations have grown, local incomes and quality of life have risen dramatically, and the economic outlook for the whole area has changed.
My dream for the future is to keep the community going for the long run, so that our children and the Tora Conservancy people can still benefit from the joint venture and the success stories in our conservancy.